Uh, so previously we thought to do Vue.js in the day three itself, but I have shifted to day four because Vue.js is very important of Mat 2 and I don't want to compromise it. So on day three, we'll learn about JWT authentication and then authorization, role-based access control. And today I thought to give Vue.js intro, but day four will be all about Vue.js. And day 5 salary rate is and then we will implement caching and just introduction about mailhog, what is mailhog, so how we used to send mails about that. And on day 6 we will learn how to create scheduled jobs, so a job which will trigger at a specific time, and then asynchronous job like exporting session which will take time, it will go in background, and after done we will send mail to the user like it is done, you can come back, something like that. And on day 7 it's about graph generating. So instead of graph generating we should say like getting data from backend and populating a graph in the front end. So we will use some library for that. And then how to submit project. I think this will cover everything. So in the yesterday in the on day 2 we learned about uh, yeah, so today is day 3. In day 2 itself we learned all about the basic things like how to create APIs, right? So get post put delete methods. And also we have included model in our database. Yeah, that's fine. Then today we'll do the charity token authentication, how to check it. uh, if the class extends, then I suggest everyone to watch the recording. It is very easy topic. We will just uh, go through the charity token charity security documentation, and we will try to implement. If it takes time, if you have any other work, please go. I will also share some resources like how to do this. Okay. So thank you guys for waiting. I will share other screen. Uh, yeah. Yes, Chandra.
Sir, last class when you were like coding and even the first class, you were getting those suggestions, right? So
Mm-hmm.
just want before we start, wanted to know how are we getting those suggestions by VS Code?
You can install GitHub. There is, I'm not sure. It's Copilot, I guess.
Okay,
So with the PS degree student ID card, you can apply for GitHub Copilot, and it will come first free. Student pack something. I'm not sure. I did it when I was in foundation level, so yeah, it is there.
okay, sir.
Yes, it's GitHub Copilot.
Hmm.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I got to know about Vue CDN, and it is better than CLI. Only thing is we need to set up everything. So Vue CDN. Previously I used CLI, which is very easy. I can show the project. So this is the Vue CDN project. In the front end folder, we will so after we install Node.js, we will create a base project folder structure with CLI commands, and it will create a base project structure for us. And after that, we need to enter this SRC, and we need to create multiple layouts, that is views. For every user we will create admin views, all the templates for admin, like dashboard, quizzes, search, summary, something like that. And for user we'll create so just pages the user can view. And after that, from components we can import some components, and we can show that inside that these users. And assets, okay, nothing. Layouts, so admin view, user view, like basic layouts. And routes to define all the routes, so everything. So this is very easy. I mean, if you understand how these things are working, but CDN is very easy compared to that, because here you need to handle the packages and everything. So yeah, so I'm comfortable with this, but later I understood by talking to my friend that the CDN is part is very easy. So we will go through the CDN, and we will dedicate the next class solely to the CDN. So that's it. So today we'll go through about how to do the JWT authentication. Uh, yeah, so that's it. So it's in working progress, guys. I will let you know once it is done, and therefore will be solely on Vue CDN. So let's create the JWT token authentication things. First, let's go through the documentation. So first, what is authentication? Uh, Authentication process authorization. Um, uh, I think this will work to explain the topic. And we'll give it back. Oh yeah, this one is good. So authentication is all about uh, who we are, like if we are logged in or not, something like that. And authorization is what we can do in the application. Like if admin is able to delete a parking slot, but we don't expect a user to delete a parking slot, right? Unless he have some access, root access. So that's where authorization comes in. So first, whenever we are entering into application, first we need authentication, like whether the user is authenticated or not. So that computer knows, the backend knows who current user is. So that's where authentication comes into play. Like if user is not authenticated, we will show 401 unauthorized error. After login in again, if a user tries to delete something which we don't expect the user should be able to delete, then we will show this the authorization error. So you can do this. So you are not an authorized, you're authorized, sorry, you are not authorized to do this operation. So it'll give the 403 forbidden error. So that's it. Like in interview, I mean, in level 2 they might ask you questions about this: what is authentication, what is authorization. So just understand the difference. Authentication is authenticate, like to know who the person is. Authorization means uh, authority, like this person has this authority or not, something like this. I hope this topic is clear. Should we proceed? Is it clear, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, same thing here. Who are you? In the at the login page, it will ask who we are, and we will give the details, and backend will get to know what who we are. And then authorization is what permission do we have. So it's somehow similar names, you get confused, but authorization means authority, like whether the person has this authority or not, something like that. Authentication is authenticate, uh, to verify, something like that. Yeah. So Flask, uh, JWT. So there is one library, JWT security documentation. Okay, Flask JWT security. Yeah, Flask JWT extended. So we will use this one. Let's go through the installation first. If you install Flask JWT in extended, if you want to use asymmetric public private key signing algorithms using, okay, we don't need to go through these things. Just this is fine enough. So first, let's install this. Mm, So directly installing, not creating any virtual environment to make things easy. So after project done, we can create virtual environment. So while submitting project, we will look into that. Okay, this has been installed. After installation, basic uses. From Flask, import Flask. Okay. From Flask JWT extended, import create access token. So whenever a user logs in, we will create a token. Uh, Once user is logged in, we will create access token and we will return this token. And for every route, we will check get JWT identity. If there is no JWT identity, it means the user is not logged in. If they are sending some even uh, so JWT required means it will check if the current user has the JWT or not. and JWT manager it will just handle those. So this is just a Flask app, and we are configuring JWT secret key to some secret key, and JWT we are creating a manager. So JWT is just a security thing, and we are assigning that to the app. And for every route, so we need to first create a login route to this. After the login is successful, we will create a access token, and we will give identity as the current user's user ID something. And after that, for every route we need to protect that route, so we will use this at the rate JLT required route to protect it. So no other person will be able to enter into this route unless they have the token. If they have token, then only they can enter this. So yeah, so this is very easy, so that's why we can complete in just half an hour. So let's implement this, guys. uh, is my screen readable?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Okay, what we will do is in app.py we will create the JWT thing, and we will import those into this controllers.py. Okay, first let's import the things from Flask JWT extended. Import create access token. So first we will create access token, and then from Flask JWT. So I'm just copying code, guys. So import get JWT identity. So we don't need to use it here because uh, so first we will give identity while creating access token. We will give identity. So every time user request, we will check the identity whether this user is that or not. So there we will use this. Right now we don't need to use. And yeah, from Flask JWT extended import JWT manager. I think this is only enough because we need to. Hmm, yeah, we need to use these functions in API. So here we are not using any API, we are just assigning them. So yeah, only JLT manager is enough. We will do this. App.config uh, JWT secret key equal to any JWT secret key that you want to give. So it's just like a secret password for creating those tokens. So what is token? Token is like a key that user will have to tell the computer like my information will be in this token. If computer will check the token, if it is correct, then only it will allow. So something like that. App.config security. Okay, JWT equal to JWT of manager. Yeah. So here we can put comment. Just configure JWT. Yeah, so that's it. Only two lines. So we configured the app with the JWT secret key. It will have the string. Based on the string, it will create the token, and we assign JWT manager to the application. Uh, so that's it. In the let's go to app controllers, and we will use those things we imported from Flash JWT extended import. Not manager. We need to get JWT identity. JWT identity and then JWT required. Yeah, these things will be enough. Create access token also. Uh, Create access token and then this. Yeah, that's enough. Mm, I think that's it. No need to do very much. So we'll use the API calls now. Let's start the server.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Sir, this token has to conceal the identity, right? Then why are we kind of linking the identity to the token?
We are just storing the information in the token. So Whenever we get the response, the generality manager, this module will take care of it, extracting information about the current user.
So, sir, if there's someone knows the if that token is a mask, right? Kind of.
Yeah, it is salted something.
So, if some that is to protect from like if it gets compromised, the data gets compromised or something.
Yeah, so that what some uh, so those things will happen. Like someone can take the token, they can use the token to do something. But right now, generality identity. So in whatever browser we are requesting, it will take everything into consideration. So if I am using Microsoft Edge, it will save the information like this user requested from Microsoft Edge. All those information only if they are matching, then only it will uh, allow. I mean, sending data. Even if there is some slight changes, like the token has been created on one device, but if the other device is requesting that, then it will not respond. So those kind
Got
of things are they are taking care of it.
Yes,
So
sir.
if
So
you
functional wise, I understand there is a requirement, right? So to link it, but security wise, I was asking actually.
what do you mean? I didn't get it. Can you elaborate the question?
Sir, so if you have a token and if you know the identity, right, then you can do some, let's say, pull some data, show some data, right, in the application for
Yeah.
that particular token. But I was saying that if token and identity are linked in some table or something, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if if somebody catches holders of that token and knows the identity, then
Mm-hmm.
that is like a that can be an issue, right?
But whoever works in the backend, they can see everything, right? What's going on application. So out of application, no one else can, because that's why we are implementing security in the application. Yes, people who are working on that, they can see, but they are not able to access the information. I mean, password, those things, those will be salted, but we are not doing that in the application right
Okay.
now. So even people in working in that, they can see the data, but they are not able to see the password. It will be also salted, but it's not that important. Okay, I mean, in a small scale application, but yeah, you got the answer, right? People can see data in the backend.
Yes, sir. Developers obviously can see. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying that if some hacker comes into it, right, and
Yeah, yeah.
they get the database, right,
Mm-hmm.
then they can know the identity from the token.
We are not
Because
storing
if
the
we-
token in the database. We are storing password, but that will be also salted. Right now, we are not doing that.
okay,
Yeah, we
because
can also solve the password.
from token it is impossible to create the reverse engineering, right? But if we are ourselves putting that into the database, then that's what I was actually just wondering. But I mean that is like an extended question. I think for here it is probably
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. But so even if someone gets the token. If they try to request, so the right now the security is very advanced. So it will check everything, like from which device it has been requested, what is the IP, everything. It will consider everything and it will create. If someone tries to mimic it, then they will fail at some time. I mean, any at something, right? At least some one or two things, like maybe different IP network. So it will be caught there and it will not respond data. So those things. uh, so that's why the API case is very important. Like we should not share it with anyone. The open API, OpenAI, they have some APIs and they have keys, and we are not allowed to share it with anyone. But the developers knows them, right? If we share it with someone, then they can use with the API. They can do something. So that's why these tokens are meant to be uh, uh, not shared with anyone. If hacker hacks it, then uh, that's the user responsibility, right? Yeah. So the browser thing, uh, application based, it is what to say. Uh, Application wise, it will take care of it, like everything, like from which browser it requested, which device, which network, everything. But if it is API, then we have to save it secretly. If it is leaked, then it's the user fault. So that's it.
Right. So, for example, sir, I'm just like kind of diverging, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
just take a few seconds. So,
Yeah,
for
go ahead.
example, this vehicle parking app, right? If I kind of take it to someone as a product, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then if somebody basically hacks the database, then from they will know from the keys the identity of those users, like their name, email IDs, and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So uh, to from the security point of view, if you are storing identity linked to a token or some keys, right, which are unique but they are linked to some information which can be useful for hackers, then that is something also has to be um, covered.
Okay, okay, now I got it. So the thing is, in the application, we are only opening the endpoints to all users. So the database, everything is in control. Whatever we use the database in the endpoints, that's where it will be like opened. So in this users, in the get function, we are checking users everything. If we change this code to fetch all the user information and return, and there is no authentication thing, something like only admin should do those things. Then if the token is lost, then with the token they can get all the information. But there is no there is no way to directly fetch this database information. I mean, there are some hackers who can hacking things. It is because of the secure implementation. That's where database will get leaked. But mostly it will not happen because only if we allow, then other people can see this. So yeah, for a user, we are restricting to only some basic information like checking user, uh, only creating slots. So basic things. We are not allowing them to see all the other user information. So that's where the authentication comes into play. But if admin's account is got hacked, I mean, if it gets hacked, then there is something to think about. Yeah, then the hacker can get all the information.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so that's
Thank
where the authentication comes into play. If the admin account is hacked, then anyone can see everything, right?
you. Right. I
Hmm.
mean,
With user account, they can't. That's where we are implementing the security. Is
sure,
it
sir.
clear?
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is
Yeah.
clear. Thank you, sir.
So, so after login, let's try to log in and let's see if we are able to. So guys, it's we are just created this authentication. Get to check the user exists or not. Post to uh, create an account and put to login. But you can create for everything. You can create a separate class. So just implementing everything into this authentication. Uh, I mean, it's in your hand. You can implement any way you want. So yes, let's register an account just to check if everything is correct or not. Okay, it's running. So API/auth, and we are trying to create this user. Okay, user already exists. Then we will try to log in then. Updates the user information. No, it is an authentication, right? So we'll try to log in. Uh, Email equal to request.get email. Password, yes. And user dot query dot filter by email ID. And then password equal to password. So this is something uh, I mean, if you want, you can also solve that, but in the documentation, they haven't mentioned anything like that. So we don't need to solve. What is salting means? Uh, if there is any string, we can salt it and we can convert it to something else. So just go through it. Password salting. So even people working in backend, they can see password, right? To avoid that, we will implement this thing. So password hashing. So it will take some password, it will do some hashing, and it will convert to this some random string, like no one can decode it. So once we get uh, password from user, we will convert that to hashed password. If both are matching, then only we will allow the user to log in. So so that's what you said, right? If the database leak, then hackers can see the passwords, right? So to avoid that, we will do this hashing, password hashing. So for example, if you see, uh, yeah, so this person's password is this, and the this person password is this. If we hash it, then both will match. So whenever user created account, it will be stored in the database, and we will sort it and hash it, and then we will store it in the database. Then it will be some random string that no one can decode unless they have the original password. So somehow this way we will store the passwords in the backend. So yeah. Mm, yeah, got it right. So in the project statement, they had mentioned we should do the salting, so that's why I'm not going through it. Okay, let's just do salt hash login. Yeah, it's also very small code. We just need to import some uh, hash libraries. Then we can do that using the salt. But we are not going to do that. Okay, so user equal to query dot filter by email password first. If user access token equal to so AI is giving everything. If we found any user, then we will create a access token and we will say login successful. Then we are giving access token in the response. Else we will return message ID invalid credentials and 401. So that's it. So control S. Now let's try to log in. So I'm just using autofill. Okay, I'm able to understand code. If you have any doubt in any particular name, please stop me. Okay. So after getting email and password, we are directly querying the database with matching email and password. If there is any user, then we will say account access. Create access token. We are creating access token from generality manager function, and yeah, we will use the current user identity. I mean, the user found. We will use the ID to give the identity to this token, and then we will returning the message login successful and access token as the token.
Sir, ID is the primary key for that table, right? That is the identity
Yeah,
here.
yeah, user ID. Yes. User dot id. Okay, I will open models also. It will be clear. Models dot py. Yeah, user ID. Okay. So let's try to log in then. If it is good, then we are. I mean, it's not a best way to do the authentication. So just created authentication table and for get and checking user exists or not post to create account put to login. You can create multiple classes like for login a class for logout a thing. But just one thing, I mean, it's in your hands. So anyway, if you want to, you can do. So yeah. Okay. Now you can see. I sent put a request to this authentication API, and it got the email and password from the data I have sent in the JSON format, and it fetched the current, I mean, the user matching with the email and password. Because there is a user, uh, it created a access token with the user ID, and it returned a access token. And yeah, so it is success because the password and email is correct. We got the access token. Now what we will do is we will copy this access token. Control C has been copied. Now what we will do is we will create a new authentication. I mean new API. So let's call it uh, yeah, users information. In this, what we will try to do is we will try to get the information about a particular user. So what is the user endpoint? It is slash API slash users, users users, and it is get method. So it is returning all the user information. In the user API, we are not giving anything. If user ID, I mean, in the data, if there is any user ID, then return a single user, or else return all the users. So because we are not passing any user ID in the data, then it is returning all the data. So if I give uh, uh, user ID as 10, it will return user not found. Okay, if user ID. Acha, okay. So if it is slash one, not user ID in the data, then it will return particular user. So user found, and it returned only one user. If it is 10, it will return user not found, because there is no user not found. Uh, so if it is slash users, it will return all the users. So something like that we have defined the API to. Um, so I just kept it for the sake of authentication. I don't want to lose this information, so let it be. So we are getting this information. We are not sending anything. We are not sending access token to the backend. Still, we are getting the all users data, all users data. So now we will do this JWT required. So we imported this function right from the Flask JWT extended. So we will use it here before the get at the rate JWT required. So control S. If we try to send, it is asking 401 unauthorized. It means missing authorization header. We are not passing the information like current user information. So let's pass access token. I don't know if it is the correct way. So let's see. Missing authorization header. I think we have to pass it in headers. Yeah, access token, and we'll pass this some value one ABC something. Okay, it's wrong way. Let's go through the documentation. Hmm. So this is a good news. Like we are getting 401 unauthorized. We are not authorized. Uh, okay, access token. Uh, we have to send this missing authorization header. Okay, maybe in the data we have to give this. Let's see. Body. Control underscore. ACC. Okay. Okay, I'm just copy pasting these code. The previously I copied token here. If I send, Dishlet is giving export charity. With an authorization header that looks like okay, ACCS token.
What is this auth beside header?
Where?
Hmm. Beside header is auth between header and body.
Are you talking about here or here? Okay, here.
Here
Okay.
in program
Okay, okay. So here we can pass the information, basic, but it is saying in header. So here I'm trying to pass the access token. So right now I have pasted the code I copied. Uh, okay, still it is giving that. So let's try this then. Bearer token. I think it's basic. So let's try this then. Okay, it's username and password. No, maybe this bearer. Substring must be a string. Impossible entry. Token prefix access token. Hmm. This is KD. It's not AWS, not NLT. Token fix. To access the generality required protection view, you need to send it in the generality with each request. By default, this is done with an authorization header that looks like bearer. Okay, uh, we had to give the string also bearer and then space the token. We can see this in the action using HTTP pipe. Uh, Unauthorized content, missing authorization head. And the access token we have to give this. Let's see. Uh, okay, let's try this out only. Bearer prefix. Yeah, it is correct. Unprocessable entity. Hmm,
So does it have to be in quotes or something?
I don't think so. Let's try.
Sir, only the token part. Yeah.
No. Uh, Thunder client JWT token. Okay. Auth bearer. So it is not working. Let's remove these things. Maybe then it will work. Subject must be a string. Invalid crypto padding. Expected authorization bearer and JWT. Authorization header. EA or ER and JWT. That is correct.
I think bearer is not required.
Yeah, if we are removing it, it is showing this right. Invalid crypto padding. Let's see what it is. Invalid crypto padding. Inserting token into double quotes, but it turns out that was wrong. The correct solution was to downgrade POI JWT2. It seems the Flash JWT extension is not compatible with the PyJWT 2.10. Okay, it is some version issue. So we need to downgrade the something from here function mention page ability to something else. In the bug, there is a mentioning of the setting utilities. Setting this makes things work with 2.1 also. Oh, okay, then we can use this. Let's try. Yes, yes, Chandra. Okay, sorry. Okay, then. So I'm just using this thing, 0t verify sub something to false. Let's see if it works now. Bad authentication authorization header. Mm, through a minute, guys. Missing authorization header and client. You must authenticate every time. Okay. Uh, what to assist again? Let's paste it here. Missing authorization header. So we are doing some mistake here. I'm just trying to find it, what it is. But let's try to log in again. Post put to a auth. Login successful. What about single quote? Uh, Operation bearer. Expected operation bearer. Okay. AU. No, it's not open.
I've shared the format in chat. Could you check?
Okay. In basic section. Okay. But in basic section, it's only username and password, right? How to send this? Uh, no.
This was the answer in GPT.
Okay. Okay, let's ask GPT only. How to send JLT token in the client? Go to authorization tab. Okay. Uh, from the type drop down, select where. Okay. Uh, Paste your JLT token into the input field. Then the client will automatically add the this thing. Okay.
And then if you're writing in format, I think you should select the none then. If you're selecting bearer, then you just need to paste that token.
Yeah, we did it right, but it's not working. Okay, now it is. Yes. Previously it was not working. Okay. If I remove this, will it work? Oh, so previously what mistake I did? It was not giving. Right now it is giving.
I
Any
think
idea,
before we
guys?
were having a space. I think we were typing a space before E, the first character.
Oh, okay. No, even with space it is coming. Okay, let's forgot. Right now it's working. So we just need to copy paste the pairer here. What about end space? Actually, maybe I included comma here. That's right. Let's try this one. Yeah, I think yeah, that's the issue. So this is the previously copied one. Okay, in VM. Signature verification failed. Okay, because new identity has been created, it is lost. We need to copy the latest one. Yeah, I think this last code was the issue. Yeah, right now we are able to authenticate. Now, so without this token, it is showing the error, right? With this token, it is returning the data. So it means this JWT token is passed. So JWT required, it is verified. Like, uh, so whenever I'm requesting to this URL, to this endpoint, because I have JWT, it is returning. I mean, it is satisfied, so it is calling this function, and we are getting the user's information. Inside this, we can get current user information. So current user equal to get JWT identity. Uh, I don't think current user of role will be something. So let's put a breakpoint. Let's see what is the current user. So again, I send the request. Now you can see in the terminal. You can see a breakpoint called. You can see what is current user. So it is 4. So we are getting ID of the current user. So whatever we logged in, it is showing that information. So it is this user's account. If you go to database.db, so the user 4 is this, email ID 1997. Yes, it is correct. So currently this user is trying to log in. That's what we are able to get this information. And here we can try to get the user information, right? User equal to user dot query dot filter, else we can directly do get 4 and user. Okay, object mode has username. From models import user. User equal to user dot query dot get 4. Attribute user object has name attribute username. Where are we trying to do? Models dot type. There is no username. Okay, maybe it's because of the breakpoint. So we are getting the current user information, right? So what we can do is, so this JWT token, it will be, we can be sure that there will be no error with the identity token. So what we can do is user dot query dot get, and we'll pass this ID that is going to return from the JWT required, and then we can do breakpoint to see if the current user is admin or not. So we got the breakpoint. We can print current user. Attribute user object has no username. Hmm, username. Acha, okay. So in the representation while printing this, uh, I forgot to remove this, so that's why it is giving this, because there is no username attribute to this user table, right? So that's why. Put self dot name. So I will request again. Now you can see current user. Now you can see it is user 90. It is printing that. Now we can get all the information from the current user. So current user dot name, current user dot email, the current user dot role or role. So it is user role. Uh, so yeah, so we are getting the current user information, right? So what we can do in the controllers.py is, so since this user information is only accessible admin, if current user dot role is not equal to admin, return access denied, something like that. So if we send again, though we have the token, now we are getting access denied because this route is only allowed for admin. So because so that's why we have implemented this function, right? So if current user dot role is not equal to admin, then return this. If only admin, then only allow admin. So something like this we can do authorization. So yeah, now let's see if you are doing admin or not. Okay, so in the problem statement, if you have seen it, they have mentioned that admin should be created automatically, not via any registration form something. So let's go through the problem statement. Automatically, no. The admin should be added whenever a new database is created. So what it means is admin should be automatically created when database is creating, and we are creating database here db.create all. So what we have to do is after database is created, we will check if not of user dot query by filter by email equal to admin at gmail.com. So something dot first, then it means the admin is not there, and we will create a new user that is admin. Name is admin, and what are the fields we need? Email, password, and role. Email equal to admin at gmail.com. Password, let's keep simple, and role admin. If we don't give role, then it will be automatically assigned user role because that's what we have given, right? default it will be user. So we need to override it. So so I have given this role equal to admin, and yeah, so that's it. And then uh, db.session.add admin, db.session.commit, and then we can print admin user created uh, with email admin@gmail.com and password admin. So now let's save it. If we run the application, uh, user is not defined, determine users. Okay, we need to import from models, import db, comma, user. So restarting the server. So so because there was no admin, it is showing admin user created with email admin@gmail.com. So whenever we create a database, so there will be no admin, right? So right now there is admin. If I start the server, if I run the server again, right now we can see this print statement hasn't printed because there is admin. So whenever we delete the database, there will be no admin. Whenever we run it, the database will be created and automatically admin will be also added. So let's do that. Database. I will delete this database. Okay, right now it's open. It won't delete. Yeah, cancel. Close this. Then delete this. Yeah, it's also running in the app, right? So we need to stop the app. We can delete. Yeah, it's gone. Now if I run the app again, because the database is starting new, we can see in the starting itself admin was created, admin user created with email and password. So yeah, it is there. Admin has been created. If we run again, it won't run because obviously admin is already added when the database is created. So right now there is only one admin. So stop, start again. Yeah, admin is not created. So that's how you do in the app.py. Well, db.create all, you will do this thing, and we will just do this. So with admin, we will let's log in first. Admin, we will log in first. Yeah, and it's put method send and well credentials. Okay, so it's admin account, right? And the body we need to send the data. So we don't need to forward it. So we don't need to pass name, but let it be admin@gmail.com, and it's admin admin. So send. Now we get login successful. We'll copy this token. Control C. Now we'll do get method for API/users. Uh, internal server error. Current user dot role. None type object has no attribute role. Oh, why it is entering into that? Controllers.py. We are not passing to op token, right? Oh, okay. So because this is correct, uh, why it is entering here? Breakpoint. So it should not enter because the authorization token is previous users. So if I send again, so breakpoint came, get JWT token identity. Achha, it is still referring to the old user. So this is where we need to check. Like, I mean, right now database has been deleted, right? That's why it is giving error. So it's better to put. Uh, so right now current user is none. If we try here, current user, because database has been deleted, there is no user, so it is printing nothing. It means it is none, and it is giving error. Current uh, none has no attribute role, something like that. If it will continue, you can see none type object has no attribute role. So it's better to put if, but if condition, but it's okay. We'll just copy paste the bearer token with admin. Now we can see it is returning data, all the user information. Why? Because the current user is admin. So that's it. If we create a new account and try to log in, API slash auth, and if it is post, we are creating a new account with body this. Okay, user already exists, so it should not be admin. Post user created. It is sending the current user's information. Okay, that's fine. Let's log in. That is port. Okay, login successful. I will copy this access token and I will change this authorization token, control V, and then send. Uh, okay, okay, it should not be this. It should be get and users. Now we won't get data because this current user is not admin, right? Okay, breakpoint, control C, not control. Yeah, access denied. So that's how we do authorization, guys. So any doubt here? Is everything clear? How I'm doing that?
Yes. Yeah. Only
Yes.
thing, what was the PDB when you are putting a breakpoint? There was in terminal was PDB. What is that?
Yeah. So what will happen is if I put a breakpoint here, it will program will stop here and it will wait for our commands. So it is a debugger tool. It's a breakpoint. You can search about it. It's very useful tool. We can just stop here and we can see all the variables like what is the value of the variable. Then if we press C, then it will uh, continue to the next lines. So you can put here breakpoint. So I'll give example. So just kept it, control S, saved. It will restart. We send request to it. It will go line by line and it will stop exactly here because of the breakpoint. And
The
so you can see
question is what is PDB here?
PDB. I don't know. Let's see. Breakpoint PDB. Acha, Python debugger. Python debugger. Got it?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So you can import this PDB, whereas this breakpoint is a interface to use those PDB. Or else you can directly import PDB and you can set trace or breakpoint. So both are equivalent. So yeah. So you can inspect values. What are the values? Yeah. So if I press C, it will continue. If I press N, it will go to next line. So it will go line by line, and we can see how the process is going on. So yeah,
Okay, thanks.
yeah. We can also create one more decorator. Uh, Define is admin. Yeah, we can do this current user equal to user dot query dot get generality identity. Current user role is not equal to admin. Return false. Yeah, we can put this instead of all these. We'll try. Okay, we'll do this even trial and error. Even if there is any error, it will return false only. Try this. If there is any error like user not found something, then accept the exception as E. Error checking for administrators, return false. So maybe we are not allowing this user. If not is admin, then we will return message access denied. Control S. So this line is very easy. You can copy paste it everywhere before the admin routes. Uh, yeah, access denied. That's how we can do that before every endpoint. We can also use decorator, but this is also fine. There is no issue with this. But decorator will be more useful. Let's see how to use decorator, and then we can end the session. Last decorators.
Will you be committing these changes to the GitHub?
Yeah, yeah, I will do.
Okay, thank you.
uh, login required. Yeah, we can use this function, decorator function. We also need to import from functools wraps. From functools import wraps. So and after that I can use this. Instead of login required, I will do is admin, only admin. Achha, admin required. It will be more sense. Admin required. And what is wrapper? Wrapper is Python. Uh, it's not function. So if we define something before a function, the wrapper will call it first. Then, if we want, we can run the second function. I mean, followed function, or else we don't want. If we don't want, then we won't. So that's what the wrapper is used to. Then we can use the
Like,
symbol.
what was the decorator again?
Decorator is something that we used to call before a function. If we want to continue to the next function, then we can. If we don't want, we don't. I mean, we will return something in this wrapper itself. So that's where the wrapper
Some,
comes into play.
some layer or on top of it, right? That
Yeah,
only if it passes through that will perform the rest of the activities, or
yeah,
else no.
yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay, right, got it.
So yeah. So here itself we can return, or else it will call the function itself. So I just copy pasted this, control this. Instead of return false, I will return response itself here. Message access denied 403. If the user is admin, then proceed with the request. Uh, yeah, here also we need to return the same. Return message access denied. So what will happen is if we use this function that is admin required before any function, so what will happen is uh, it will check both JWT and also JWT and also so JWT required we can use it for a user. If it is admin, then we can directly use this. We'll try to get the JWT. If there is any error, like JWT is not there, it will directly give error and it will give access denied error. So we can use both of them. If you want to be more readable, then it's better to give uh, yeah, this access generated itself is fine. Yeah. So admin required. So let's try this. I'm just commenting out this. Admin required missing one declaration or comment. Should be automatically pick right. Mm, okay, they are not calling this function. They're just keeping it. Let's try again. Okay. Uh, what if I try here also? Admin required. Oh, okay. So this is not a callable function. It is just JWT. This decorator. If it has to be callable, then we have to do two functions inside of this. Yeah. So yeah, here they are calling this function, and they are using two functions inside the decorator. So here there are only two functions. I guess that's the thing. That's why it is giving some error, like it is asking for something. Okay, NVM. Uh, so get and we are posting this information. Now we can see access required. Error checking admin status. You must call at JWT required or verify JWT in request before using this method. So we are just using this try and accept to get the information, right? So okay, I will remove this. So this uh, decorator itself is handling the current user information. uh, Send. We can see it's it's giving error checking admin. So here it is giving the error and it is returning access denied. So we need to call JLLT required before calling the function. So let's do this. So let's just check if it works, then fine. Can we call two decorators before function? Oh yeah, yeah, we can do that. So I'm calling JLT required because there is JLT required. It is passing into admin required. If the current user is not admin, it will give access denied without any error. So that's it, guys. So JLT required is just to check if the current user is logged in or not. Any custom decorator to check if the current user is allowed into this route or not. I hope this is makes sense to you, and you are confident to code this by your own by watching the recording. Uh, Anything else, guys? So you understood, right? How to create get method, post method, delete. Yes, Shyam.
Yes, yes. Should
Okay.
be fine for now. Yeah, understood.
Yeah. So in the next class, that is day after tomorrow, Monday evening, we will learn about all about Vue.js, right? So I won't be teaching anything more about this APIs. Okay. Um, so create all APIs for the your application. So we'll just give a brief idea how you can do that. So create the models they have defined in the provide statement. They are given three models, right? User information model, parking lot, parking spot, and reservation. So you will create APIs for everything to create a user, to create a parking lot, to create a parking spot, to create a reservation parking. For everything, you will create an API endpoint, and in the endpoint, you will edit the details of the entity in the specific API. So if I go to slash admin slash not admin slash API slash parking spot. Uh, if it is only for admin, then you can use slash API slash admin slash parking spot. And admin can create a new spot, edit spot, delete spot. But user is only allowed to do reservation. So user can create a new reservation. And inside the project, you will check if the spot is already used or not, something else. And according to that, you will send response to the user. So if you are able to return a message with all the information, like so for example, user is trying to uh, register for a parking spot 3 with the ID 3. You will check if it is occupied or not. If it is occupied, you will return it is occupied, something like that, and error code 400 error code. So you can make it as simple as possible. You don't need to give complicated status code. If it is 200, if it is success. If it is 400, it is error. Something like that you can do, and yeah, create APIs for everything, and you'll be good to go. On day after tomorrow, we will learn about all about Vue, and at the end, we will integrate API with Vue template. You will do login and everything into that. That's it. I think
Thank
it will be good to go.
you.
Yeah. So how much product will be done if you do this part? So let's see. So everything backend, whatever we call backend, it will be done when you do this thing. I mean, unless this whatever what means. Sorry. Uh, Redis and Celery, background jobs. These things are left. So mostly basic functionality of requesting those things you have to implement in this backend itself in this way only, and then we will learn about the sending mails and everything on day 5. But before that, we will learn about Vue.js, how to attach this backend APIs that we have created to the front end. So I will be creating on day 4. I will be telling how to create basic folder structure for Vue.js, how to fetch data, how to show it in front end, how to do the login part, and you will use the same thing to create your own uh, project. And then on day 5, we'll learn about salary rate is what it means, how to do caching, and then mail hog. And on day 6, how to send mails at specific time, and then asynchronously uh, do this CSV export, and then graph generation on day 7, and then submitting project. I think it will cover everything. So till now, any doubts? If you want me to elaborate on the next class, then tell me now, or else we can end the session, guys.
We can no.
Okay then. Yes, Shyam, you can leave. Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys. Good night. Have a great day. Bye.